Hello students, welcome to the biology session. Today we will be starting with the new chapter of your NCERT, that will be chapter number 2, biological classification, and the session is session 1. So in last class, in the chapter 1, we had discussed about living things, taxonomical aids, classification of organisms and so on. But in this biological classification, we will be concentrating more on the kingdom classification. So classification, we have studied what is classification, where we have understood that we are categorizing the organism into different categories or different groups. When it comes to biological classification, here we are classifying the organism, especially the plants, fungi, bacteria, algae, animals, all together under different kingdoms. Now we have a 5 kingdom format, but initially it was not like that. Initially Aristotle he did classify the organisms, especially based on their morphological characters. Like plants, if they are very small, they were put under herbs. If they are medium sized, they were put under shrubs, and large sized plants which were put under trees. Along with which, this was the classification or idea of classification for only plants. Whereas in animals, he did classify the organisms based on their blood color. That is, one was the organism where they had red blood, and one category where they had no red blood cells. That means there were 2 types of categories in animals. One is red blood organisms, one is without red blood organisms. So in together, his idea of, or Aristotle's idea of classification was not accepted because he did not give much more importance to the anatomical characters. Next scientist is Linnaeus. Linnaeus put forward the 2 kingdom system, where he did classify the organisms under 2 kingdoms. One kingdom was named Plantae, another was Animalia. So he did classify the organisms under 2 categories, that is Plantae as well as Animalia. As there were no modern equipments during that era, so he did fail, or Linnaeus did fail to identify that there are microorganisms also which cannot be put under Plantae or Animalia, because they are having different morphological as well as anatomical characters. Example, bacteria, blue-green algae, all this. Even in case of Plantae also, he did not classify the photosynthetic type of plants and non-photosynthetic types of plants. So that is where this idea of 2 kingdom did fail, which was put forward by Linnaeus. After the discovery of 3 kingdom, 4 kingdom, finally a scientist named R.H. Whitaker did put a 5 kingdom classification, where the organisms were classified into 5 different kingdoms. They were Monera, Protista, fungi, or you can also call it Mycota, and 2 more were Plantae and Animalia. So R.H. Whitaker put 5 kingdom system, where it had 5 different kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi or Mycota, and Plantae and Animalia. Even this type of system or kingdom classification is accepted now also. So what we have to do is, we'll be studying in this particular chapter about each kingdom in detail. So first we have to know, why did R.H. Whitaker classify it into 5 different kingdoms, based on what are the characters, based on what type of characters did R.H. Whitaker put forward 5 kingdom system. This is a chart regarding 5 different kingdoms. According to R.H. Whittaker, why did he classify them into 5 different types based on what types of characters? So far I have written here 4 different characters. I have left the last character. Once I explain this 4 characters, last character will be explained later. So we'll come to the first column. Here I have written all the characters and rest I have written all the different 5 types of kingdoms. When it comes to the first character, that is cell type, in case of Monera, these are prokaryotic organisms. Prokaryotic organisms means these do not have a specific cell wall or a cell membrane, nuclear membrane. That means these are pre, that means pro meaning pre. This is less advanced organisms which were present initially. So that is why you can call them prokaryotic. Whereas Protista, Mycota, Plantae and Animalia all are eukaryotic organisms where the organelles have membrane bounded system. That can be considered from Protista until Animalia. All the organisms are advanced one which we call eukaryotic organisms with the specific membrane for each and every organelle. Next character is the cell wall. Cell wall in case of Monera, these do not contain cellulose. The cell wall doesn't contain any cellulose. That is why they are termed non-cellulosic. Instead, it contains of carbohydrates and proteins. The carbohydrate here will be polysaccharide along with protein, that is amino acids. So amino acids and polysaccharide join together to form a outer protective layer called cell wall in case of organisms coming under kingdom Monera. Whereas in case of Protista, these are restricted only to few of the organisms. Whereas in Mycota, these contain cell wall, but the cell wall is neither cellulosic nor polysaccharide. Instead, it is made up of chitin. They have a chitinous or chitinaceous cell wall. In case of Plantae, they have a proper advanced cell wall which is made up of cellulose. And in case of Animalia, these do not contain any cell wall. So, in together cell wall is completely absent in case of Animus. The third character will be the nuclear membrane. So, I had already told you in case of prokaryotes, these are less advanced organisms. That is why the cell wall as well as nuclear membrane or cell membrane will not be advanced in them, or some do not have them also, they will be completely absent. That is why nuclear membrane in case of Monera will be absent, whereas in all the organisms which are eukaryotic cells, they will be having the presence of proper nuclear membrane. So that is the third character, and last character is the body organization. So body organization, while we had studied in living world, we did discuss that body organization always starts from cellular, group of cells form tissue, group of tissue form organs, group of organs form organ system. So that is how it will be arranged. As it comes from Monera to Animalia, what happens is in Monera the condition or the arrangement will be only until cellular, whereas even in Protista also it is restricted to cellular. That means what? Both Monera and Protista includes unicellular organisms. So here the body organization is always cellular. Whereas in case of Mycota, that is in case of fungi, now the advanced form, that means group of cells will be there, that's why it is multicellular, and some of the loose tissues will be arranged in case of Mycota. Whereas in case in Plantae, here the organization will be tissue plus organ. So tissue and organ level of organization will be present in case of Plantae, whereas in Animalia it will be still much more advanced. It will have tissue, organs as well as organ system. So Mycota as well as Protista have only unicellular organisms, that is why they have cellular type of body organization, whereas Mycota will be having loose tissues and multicellular type of organization, and Plantae have tissue and organ, and Animalia have one more step advanced, that is tissue, organ as well as organ system. These are the 4 different types of characters which are based. These are the 4 types of characters based on which R.H. Whittaker did classify the organisms or put them under 5 different kingdoms. One more last character will be the mode of nutrition. The last character is the mode of nutrition. In case of Monera, the mode of nutrition will be autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic means where the organism do not depend on other organism for nutrition purpose, they can prepare their own food. That is what is called autotrophic. Heterotrophic means the organism depends on other organisms for nutrition purpose. Autotrophic are of 2 different types, chemosynthetic and photosynthetic. Chemosynthetic means based on chemicals present in their surroundings, the food is prepared by the organism. Photosynthetic means based on the light or solar energy, the organism can prepare their own food. In heterotrophic, there are 2 different types. One is saprophytic, another is parasitic. Saprophytic means organisms which feed on dead and decaying organisms, whereas parasitic means organism which depend on the host. Like for example, mosquito bites a human being, where mosquito is a parasite, human is the host, and the blood, that is the nutrition what the host provides to the parasite. So it depends on other organism for drawing the nutrition, and at the same time causes adverse effect. Like for example, in human beings, if we are bit by female Anopheles mosquito, we will develop, chances of malaria development or malarial disease are very much high. So it parasites, when they draw the nutrition from the host body, they cause adverse effect to the host body. So these are the different types of nutrition which you can see in Monera. Autotrophic, preparing their own food. Chemosynthetic, type of autotrophic, preparing their food based on the chemicals which are present in their surroundings. Photosynthetic, based on solar energy. Heterotrophic, depend on other organisms for food purpose. Saprophytic, feeding on dead and decaying. Parasitic, feeding on host body, getting the nutrition from the host body and destroying the host body. So these are the different types of mode of nutrition which can be seen in Monera. Protista, it has autotrophic type of nutrition, that will be photosynthetic, and some of them have heterotrophic type of nutrition. Whereas fungi or mycota, these have only heterotrophic type of nutrition, which includes saprophytic, feeding on dead and decaying, and parasitic, that is feeding on the host by causing adverse effect to the host. Plantae, these have autotrophic type of nutrition, where they have photosynthetic nutrition, mode of nutrition. Few of the plants are exception, that is they will be insectivorous plants also. Next is Animalia. When it comes to Animalia, there is no autotrophic type of nutrition, it is only heterotrophic type of nutrition. Whereas holozoic type of nutrition means engulfing of solid food as well as liquid. So that comes under holozoic, and one more type will be saprophytic, where the organisms feed on dead and decaying organisms. Based on all these 5 characters, R.H. Whittaker did classify the organisms into 5 different kingdoms. Monera, most of the bacteria are included under Monera. Protista, it includes the unicellular organisms like Paramecium, Euglena, all this, and Mycota, it includes all the fungi, Plantae, all types of plants, and Animalia, it includes all different types of animals. So next class we will be studying about each and every kingdom along with few of the examples as well as some of the organisms which are included under this kingdom. In today's class, we have learnt that organisms were initially classified into 2 kingdom, 3 kingdom, 4 kingdom, and finally 5 kingdom by R.H. Whittaker based on 5 different characters. The 5 different characters were cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, and mode of nutrition. So that is about biological classification. Thank you.